That time we had something new from them, I think. The Farm, of course, and that's Stepping Stone in this... Muted applause for the Bush Tetras and whatever became of them. That's from an LP, Start Swimming, on Stiff Records, John Lennon's Cold Turkey, an LP which also featured the Bongos, Raybeats, the DBs and the Fleshtones. Most curious release. I wonder if it's worth money. I always wonder that these days. Must get Record Collector and have a look and see. This is Robert Wyatt, and from his work in progress 12-inch on Rough Trade, Yolanda.
Romántica sin reparar en formas tales. sienta ahora raudales. Te amo, eternamente te amo. Si me faltaras no voy a morirme. Si he de morir quiero que sea contigo. Mi soledad se siente acompañada. Por eso a veces sé que necesito tu mano, eternamente tu mano. Cuando te vi sabía que era cierto. Este temor de haberme descubierto. Tú me desnudas con 7 razones. Me abres el pecho siempre que me colmas de amores, eternamente de amores. Si alguna vez me siento derrotado, renuncio a ver el sol cada mañana, rezando el credo que me has enseñado. Miro a tu cara y digo en la ventana: Yolanda, Yolanda, eternamente Yolanda, Yolanda, eternamente Yolanda, eternamente Yolanda.
Great record, another great record. Robert Wyatt from the Work in Progress EP, and that's called Yolanda. After the news, it's the Jesus and Mary chain with Reverberation from the Where the Pyramid Meets the Eye compilation. But right now it's 11:30 on 1FM and time for the news.
President Bush has told Iraq that he's ready to take military action if Saddam Hussein doesn't tell the truth about his plans to build nuclear weapons. This evening, Mr. Bush presented the commander of the British forces in the Gulf War, General Sir Peter de la Billiere, with the Legion of Merit. It's the highest honour the United States can bestow on a foreigner.
General, under your leadership, sir, in the midst of the most daunting task, never once did your country hesitate or waver. Always, Britain was there, steadfast and strong.
The president's in London for this week's summit of the world's 7 most powerful trading nations. On the eve of the summit, a number of leaders have said the Soviet request for economic aid needs more study. Among them was Canada's Brian Mulroney.
I don't believe that you'll see either miracles or blank checks from the G7 summit.
Supporters of the men jailed for the murder of PC Keith Blakelock during riots at the Broadwater Farm estate in London 6 years ago have called on the Home Secretary to refer all 3 cases to the Court of Appeal. Mary Silcott, mother of one of the 3, Winston Silcott, claims new evidence will clear her son.
Winston has been in prison for 6 years now as a result of this wickedness. And we want him back with us at home. We want the world to see that we are not animals and monsters, as they say.
The Princess Royal has opened the World Student Games in Sheffield. 5,000 young people will compete.
Well done, Sheffield, and good luck, everyone. I now declare the 16th Universiad open.
Britain's first astronaut, Helen Sharman, suffered a minor embarrassment at the Games. She had to light the ceremonial flame but tripped on her way to it and her torch went out. Nigel Mansell won today's British Grand Prix at Silverstone. He said even though it seemed an easy win, it wasn't.
In the last 10 laps, I was making half the gear changes I usually make because I had big problems with the gearbox. And in fact, the whole last lap, I went around the last 2 laps in one gear. And so I'm just pleased it wasn't any more laps than it was because, God forbid, if we would have stopped again on the last lap.
1FM News next at 1 o'clock.
Don't know when that was recorded, but I think of it as being one of their best in a long time. Jesus and Mary Chain and Reverberation, and that's from the LP Where the Pyramid Meets the Eye, a tribute to Roky Erickson, and featuring lots of his songs, of course. Galaxie 500.
plead in sympathy with you. On those days, and I could drink off everything you have. Don't let our youth go to waste. It's nearly 1 day and here am I, hitching a ride, hitching a ride. Gonna get me home by my baby's side. I've got no fare to ride a train. I'm nearly drowning in this pouring rain. Hitching a ride, hitching a ride. Gonna get me home by my baby's side. Ride, 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 hitching a ride. Ride, 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 hitching a ride. Long distance call I've got to make. She sounded lonely, so I'm on my way. Hitching a ride, hitching a ride. Gonna get me home by my baby's side. Somebody stop and help us glide. Hitching a ride, hitching a ride. Spin the wheel along, round a baby's side. Ride, 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 hitching a ride. Ooh. Ride, 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 hitching a ride. Yeah. Ride, 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 hitching a ride.
That's L.T. Joe, or very possibly A.L.T. Joe. I'm not quite sure which, and authorities seem to be divided on it, but it's certainly Hitchin' a Ride, which was originally done, we think, by Vanity Fair. And, of course, there are dozens of covers like that, and it'd be quite nice with your help to put together a list of them and perhaps have a little set of those one of these nights. This is Barry Adamson, Anita Lane, and the Thought System of Love.
Let me hear you scream.
Picture this.
I'll blow your head off.
Wow. You've changed, George.
Are you ready? Yeah. You keep saying you got something for me. Something you call love, but confess. You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. Now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep lying where you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing where you ought to not bet. You keep saying where you ought to be a changin'. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep playing where you shouldn't have been playing, and you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And what he knows you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, boots? Start walking.
And very good too. Barry Adamson, Anita Lane and the Thought System of Love, and a version, one of many actually, of These Boots Are Made for Walking, one of the best though, most assuredly, and that was the extended Box Fresh mix. And now on your Box Friend Radio, I can't even say it, your Box Fresh Radio 1 is what I was struggling to say, Siouxsie and the Banshees. The admirable Terry Edwards, and that's another track from the EP on Stim Records. Terry Edwards plays the music of Jim and William Reed, The Hardest Walk. And as I mentioned in last night's programme, and I do accept the possibility does exist that you weren't listening, Terry currently working on some fall tunes for a similar sort of EP. Before that, Siouxsie and the Banshees and Helter Skelter, taken on this occasion from the Peel Sessions, as indeed is this. Seven-inch single on SST Records, Husker Du, and that's 8 Miles High. And in each of these programmes, these cover versions programmes, I've been thanking some of the people who wrote in with suggestions. So tonight my thanks to Peter Ashton from Winchester, Paul Lee from Exeter, Reuben from Ipswich, Robin Stewart from Peckham Rye, Nick Wall, I think it was, from Hackney, Paul Clayson from Surrey somewhere, Tim Wayne in Ilford, and John Brownlow in London N8. But a great number of other people wrote as well and have been mentioned in other programmes, and yet more wrote, and the letters haven't, as it were, been serviced yet. So if I do another one of these, their suggestions may come up. And there are some fairly obvious ones which I should have played in the course of the programmes, which I've not been able to play because, frankly, I couldn't find them in the continuing chaos at Peel Acres. I left my heart in San Francisco. That comes from the LP Subterranean Modern, which featured the Residents, Chrome, MX-80 Sound and Tuxedo Moon, all of them doing, well, amongst other things, a version of I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and that was the best of the four, I think, which was by the Residents. And if you've been listening to all four of these cover version programmes, you may by now be thinking to yourself, the old fool's forgotten the fall. Oh, come on, you know me better than that.
About a working man, nobody's talking about a rolling Dan. Everybody's talking about a working man, nobody's talking about a rolling Dan. Rolling Danny, he was a rolling man, and well, Dan walked into the old man's hall, told the women he loved them all. 2-6 women didn't dance and whatnot. I'm telling you, man, this cat had fooled them all. Rolling Danny, he was a rolling man, and go. And 3, 4, 5, 6 cats ring them against the wall. And mother's you better close. And if you love the woman and you love them right, and I'm telling you, man, they were in for a fight from a road.